Welcome to Talk Punch. Thank you so much to both our audio podcast and our YouTube viewers for joining us. I am Brody, joined by Tudong Dylan.
Hey!
And the Captain Barbosa of this Black Pearl, Charlie Hickman.
Thanks? Is there some kind of mutiny brewing here tonight? Or
He had a monkey, Charlie. Get it?
I wish I had
Makes
a monkey.
sense.
Oh,
Makes
man.
sense.
And a peg
I do have a
leg.
peg leg. Yeah, that I have. At least I got the limp down, at least.
All right. Well, if you haven't already, we'd love it if you subscribe so you can come back here every Wednesday to hang out with us and see what we're talking about. Kind of like this week's topic. We're doing one of our rankings. We're doing a group ranking, but we're going to do stuff a little bit different this time because we like to keep you guys on your toes. And also these guys like to change things on me at the last moment. So
Definitely.
We are ranking. Normally, we'll go through all the things that we're ranking, but this time it's going to be a surprise. So we have shuffled up 14 different sci-fi weapons. Now, I know what you're saying. Oh, we know you guys at Talk Punch. Lightsaber's going to be number one. Well, if you thought that, you'd be right. Which is why we are not including the lightsabers on this one. We said, you know what? There's a lot of cool lightsabers. So maybe we'll do a separate ranking for lightsabers at a later date. So this list does not include the lightsabers, but includes a lot of really cool stuff that I am excited to rank and see what you guys think as well. So how are you guys feeling about this? You up on your sci-fi weapons?
Yeah.
I'm excited. I can't wait to dive in.
All right.
There's nothing more sci-fi than a weapon, bro. Nothing.
Oh, that's very true. All right, let's go to the rankings. Look, everything's already shuffled.
Yes.
So you are going to find out about what this stuff is as they come out. Now, as usual, once they come out, we'll place them. They may move. They're not locked there, as things that are cooler may come out and push things around. It happens. It happens. All right.
We're very flexible people.
We are, especially Dylan. Okay. So the first one that we're doing, the proton pack from Ghostbusters. Now, as a weapon, is this an effective weapon against humans?
I wouldn't want to be in the crosshairs of a proton pack, especially when they're crossing the streams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Charlie?
And I think we don't need. Do we have to put caveats? I mean, it's a great weapon against ghosts. I mean, can't say the same thing about a lot of these other sci-fi weapons.
That's true.
I guess so.
Top 5. I'm saying top 5.
Oh, top 5 out of 14. So you're saying like the upper half. Okay.
Maybe top 10.
I think this is certainly one of the more iconic weapons I think that we'll probably see if I had to kind of wager a guess. I mean, this has got like just an instant recognizable kind of look to it, and it's got like a very fun kind of aesthetic that you can kind of copy for Halloween costumes and just things like that. I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, I was turning all sorts of things around the house into, like proton packs. Put a backpack on and get like a little vacuum attachment or something, running around the house catching ghosts. This is up pretty high for me too, Brody. If you want to argue that it's not a powerful enough a weapon against humans, then we could probably put it somewhere in the middle. But I mean, it got like shut down by the government for being like nuclear. So I'm just saying.
It basically, I'm not saying it took out a Sumerian god, but it certainly did upset and banish a Sumerian god, not Babylonian, Sumerian. True. And if you really have to, you take the backpack park off and smash somebody with it.
Yeah,
that's
try to imagine that scene with like any of the other weapons on our list. We'll come back. We'll revisit that idea against a Sumerian god.
And I agree. This is a very unique weapon. We do have guns and blasters throughout this list, but this is kind of not like anything else. So I think it's pretty unique.
I'm going to say 5. I'm going to put it at 5 for now, at least. That's my pick. Started off
Charlie,
at 5.
How do you feel about that? Or you think higher? 5?
5 is good for now, and then we can see where.
Okay. Next up, we have the sonic gun from Minority Report.
Those things are really cool. You could blast somebody with it, and you don't have to worry about blasting them to pieces.
It's true. Now, As far as a weapon goes, though, I mean, yes, it's neat. You knock people out.
Not only that, but you can actually the thing twirls in order to. I'm not sure if it reloads, if it restarts, or redoes anything,
Recharges
but
or
it looks
something?
recharges. But it looks pretty cool when it does it. I don't know if it's as power. It's not as powerful as a proton pack, but I like the fact that you can use it to quell insurgents.
It's true. I think this might be a little lower on my list, though, because I know
What do you
some
think?
of the other stuff that's on this list.
What are you thinking, bro? What are you thinking? Give us a number.
9?
9. Okay, that
This
sounds good.
I'm okay. I'm just
Starting
putting it
it
out.
off at 9.
This is
Starting it off
this
at
is
9
going
is
to be
good.
a tough list because we picked some really cool weapons. I actually think that there's going to be more movement on this list as things come out than usual.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
All right,
Start
how do you
us
guys
off
feel
at
about
9.
9? 9?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. Next up, we have the battle exosuit from Live, Die, Repeat / Edge of Tomorrow. Whether you
Now,
saw it in theaters or you saw it when it came out onto DVD.
this is tough because it seems to give you enhanced strength. I'm not sure about your reflexes or speed, but it certainly looks like it makes you stronger or at least more durable in some ways. There's got to be some reason why people put this on to battle giant alien insects.
I believe it does enhance your running speed.
Mhm.
Cool.
it?
Yeah, they're flipping all over the place in the movie, so
Yeah.
they're kind of some pretty intense maneuvers. This is I think this is a really cool design too because it's not like a sleek and polished looking suit. It's like the kind of suit that you would cobble together for like the base effectiveness of an unexpected invasion of alien insects. It also happens to have this nostalgia factor for me, and maybe if you were at home and you watched a little Robotech when you were a youngster, this is about as close as you can get to like the Cyclone body armor, where they'd be riding the motorcycle and then and they're like launching these cool little rockets out of these like little arm holsters, and out of the back come the rockets and stuff. This has a very Macross kind of like manga feel to the design, which totally hits me in the right spot. It's practical, it's powerful, and for the movie, they freaking built them.
They did.
So honor these actors who wore these 100-pound behemoths around them and actually shot cool action scenes and did their stunts wearing them. Unbelievable.
So
Plus-
where are you thinking it should be? Plus, bro?
Plus, this did have a lot of weapons built in. It had like the machine guns built into the arm pieces. I mean, they were really just like going like that and just blasting away. These things were really cool. I think this could be 4.
Oh, all right. Okay. Nice. Yeah, you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got this in the top line for sure. Maybe I'll try to talk you guys into moving it up. We'll see.
Okay.
Tom Cruise already on
right.
the list twice. Good old Tommy.
Next up, one of my favorites, the Zorg ZF1 from Fifth Element.
Ooh,
This
yeah.
is the big thing that Gary Oldman picked up. It's like an egg-shaped thing. He opens and it goes, and then like it's just all these different guns pop out.
This is the Swiss Army knife of guns. Futuristic sci-fi guns right here. You've got your fire, you've got machine guns, you've got nets. I'm sure there's got to be lasers in there, explosions, grenades,
It's amazing.
everything you're going to want. Now, it's everything you may want, but that means that it is versatile and yet a master of none.
Ooh.
For me, it would be going lower.
It also looks quite bulky. I think it would be
Yeah.
a pain to carry around with you. It's not like the exosuit.
If you're in the exosuit, it seems like it wouldn't be big enough. But if you're not in the exosuit, it seems like it would be a bit too big. I'm going to start us off with 12. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
Wow.
I think both the exosuit and the proton pack, and this is going to be a theme for me. I think when I'm like deciding between two things that are close, they're like really centerpieces of the film.
Yeah.
Whereas like that
Sure.
the Sonic shotgun from Minority Report or this gun, they're not like integral to the plot. They're cool. Like
Right.
this has got a fun design. It's got like Gary Oldman is just fantastic in the scene.
Yeah.
When
Great.
he first gets it. He's just great in general. But it's a little lower for me because it's cool, but it's not it's just kind of there to be kind of a fun little gadget and then gone.
Sure.
What do you think? You
Okay.
guys good with 12 so far? Starting off 12?
12's good.
Sure.
Good.
All right. Next up, we have the endoplasma rifle from Terminator. Boy, let me
Yeah.
just as a production side note, okay? Finding a picture of this thing when I'm trying to type in machine gun Terminator, like, oh my gosh, Google and Bing had no idea what I was asking for. I didn't say Google, I just said Bing. Bing had no
Good.
idea what I was asking for. It's like, you want a machine
There
gun?
goes the
And I was like,
sponsorship,
no,
bro.
I want a machine gun. And yeah, it was tough. But okay,
This thing wipes out humankind.
it
But
does.
would it be? What would it be? Would it stand up to a proton pack? I don't know.
And honestly, as I was going through pictures, it looks like a fairly basic machine gun. I mean, it's a
With
plasma
lasers,
rifle.
laser machine gun. It's a laser machine gun.
It's a plasma rifle. It sounds awesome. It's got an
Yeah.
awesome sound effect that they put on it.
It sounds really cool. The beginning of Terminator 2. That's a really
That's
yeah.
true.
That's really cool. It looks right at the camera and it shoots us.
That's true. I don't know, Charlie. Where do you fall in with the endoplasma rifle?
Yeah, I think the design is while the utility of it is effective, the design isn't really that exciting. And certainly, if you were just
It's not.
arguing sci-fi weapons, maybe the Terminator itself is the better weapon.
Sure.
You know, so I put this pretty low on the list for me, maybe 13, 14 for now.
Really? Yeah, I mean that does make sense.
I-
It doesn't have the versatility of the other. I could see that. I could see it. I could see 13, 14.
Should we start? Let's start it at 13.
Okay. Oh, that's fair. Very fair. Very
I don't
diplomatic.
like have a 14 in mind right now, but yeah, things may move around. All right, next up we have the shoulder plasma caster from Predator.
All right, now I gotta say this one is pretty cool because
Oh, this is
I
awesome.
love in part 2 when he actually looks at Danny Glover as he's coming in, and when they're in the meat not factory, but they're in like that whatever it is, and the plasma cannon is still trained on Gary Busey, and he's just like as an afterthought, he just shoots him. I love it. I love how he blew people away in the first one and every single other one. This is an excellent weapon. I mean, it's right up there with a proton pack. This is the stuff right here. I'd say 6 or 7.
Oh
I
wow.
completely forgot that Gary Busey was in the second Predator movie. He's had an interesting career. That's
He sure has.
we'll do a Gary Busey
Definitely.
side
Ranking.
character
Yeah.
rankings at some point. Brody, you seem surprised by Dylan's ranking. Did you want it higher?
I was thinking higher. I mean,
I could do higher.
this
I
thing-
could do higher. I didn't think you guys would
because
go higher.
as you know, it's for one thing, it's an awesome weapon. It's mounted on your shoulder. You don't have to
Yeah.
carry it. It's
Mhm.
tracked with like his helmet, and so he just kind of looks and targets with his his heads up display, and then it can just fire like bang bang bang, and it's powerful. I mean, it was blowing holes in people. Like,
yeah,
this
Not
thing is
all of us would,
really
you couldn't
cool.
do that. Now,
I-
are we
this-
thinking 5 or are we thinking 3?
I was almost thinking 3.
Well, let's temporarily put it there. Why not? I mean, it's a really good one. It could. I mean, with his with the face mask, as in the first one when he tracked when Dutch threw the rock or whatever, and he almost tracked it. I mean, that's more of the face mask than his blaster. But I mean, it certainly did track it, and it could have blown him to pieces. Let's put it at 3.
Charlie, you
Sounds
okay
good.
with that?
I'm okay with that.
And it may move. It may move. All right. Next up, we have the phaser pistol from Star Trek. Now, there's
got
been a lot of
phasers.
phaser pistols. A lot of
Mhm.
phaser pistols. These are all
Very
Type
true.
2 phaser pistols. They all had model numbers as they went through, but I went with this one, the original phaser pistol from Star Trek.
Nice. Got phasers set on stun, phasers set on kill, phasers set on. Is that the only settings? Really, just one stun and kill, right?
They
Is
use
there
it
like,
for, like,
irritate?
They've used him for welding. I've seen them use it to like heat stuff up. Like it's like you mentioned the Swiss Army knife earlier. This is kind of like the Starship Captain Swiss Army knife. Oh, your
We need
jacuzzi
to-
tub's not hot enough? Give me a second here. I'm Captain Kirk. Let me pull out my phaser.
We've got to sew up this incision. Shoot him, Jim.
in preparation of this episode, I went down a pretty deep rabbit hole because I was curious what the science behind the phaser was. How could
Okay.
how could you set it to stun or kill and have it be the same velocity, same visual, but just it doesn't kill, like a lack of potency? Is there like something in the phaser laser that that's like a poison or that burns, and then like somehow you're lowering the voltage to only stun? So I started kind of going in, I'm reading about plasma crystals, and I'm getting into some weird subreddits and people talking about stuff. Oh, it's the voltage on the lasers, it dampens them, and so there's no clear cut answer, but it's sci-fi.
Okay.
It just works because it works because it's the future, I think, is the bottom line there. But
Sure.
if you guys want some links to some weird subreddits talking about how phasers can both kill and stun, I can hook you up.
Okay.
I always
Well, Charlie.
loved the effect because like they'd shoot you and your entire body would suddenly glow and you'd either pass out or you would just vanish. You were vaporized. You could do this with trash. I'm gonna take the trash out, phaser it, set it to kill, and
Ooh,
then
there you go.
done. Disintegrate. And then
There's
you
some
pull the
wonderful.
trigger.
You can find some great gifs of this too, like where there's like a Picard and Riker like just fire their phaser and like melt a guy's literal face off. Like it was like full like Raiders of the Lost Ark, where it's like,
Oh, nice.
there's some great, there's some great ones for sure. This is top 2 for me. This is like such an
Yeah.
Wow.
iconic weapon. But if you guys want to try
Gotta
to talk
agree.
me out of that, I'm here to listen.
I can't
We're
do
going
that.
on like
I mean,
what is this, like 30 plus years of Star Trek phasers?
I mean, you know,
Way more
you
than
can't
that.
go wrong with the Federation
40,
right
50?
here.
I don't know I don't even know what year we're in. What year
Federation
are we in?
lasts 100 years. It's like millennia old. Can't go wrong with it. Can't go wrong with a phaser. It's older than Star Wars.
It's got to be like 45 years. I was told there'd be no math, but I think it's got to be like around 45, 46 years now of
Way
phasers.
way older.
Like 100 years of phasers.
Way older than that. Let's go with 2. Okay, let's go with 2.
Okay.
I'm so hesitant to fill up like the lowest spot and the highest spot so early. I mean, I say so early, we're like halfway through. All right, next up we have the Yaka arrow. That is
Nice.
Yondu and Kraglin with the fin, and then the arrow that they just have to whistle and it flies all over the place and kills
Now, I like this weapon in theory, except for the fact that I am not the strongest whistler. So I don't know exactly how much I can only whistle breathing in. I can't whistle breathing out. So I mean, this thing would probably stab me in the head. So it doesn't have a lot. I mean, but it's really cool in theory. If it was something besides whistling, it was like clapping or something. I don't know. Like it would be a lot better. But the theory of it is fantastic. I love it. I love the theory of it.
Brody, you have a beautiful whistle. Can you whistle for the people, Brod?
No, I don't know what that's going to do to the audio. I would rather.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Okay,
Just
so
trust me. It's a beautiful whistle.
I like the Yaka arrow, but to have the Yaka arrow, you got to have the fin. Like
Right.
And so all of a sudden you're installing this fin on your head. Otherwise, the arrow is pointless. It's not going to do anything.
Hey, you know what? You convinced me. I'm thinking towards 14 because I don't think I can make this thing move at all. Although I would like to try on that fin.
Yeah, maybe this is. Maybe it's 14.
Maybe I could hum. Yeah. 'Cause,
Charlie,
I couldn't do
you
anything
love
with it.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I do.
Where does this fall for you?
Look, it's if we're thinking about like practical application, then sure, it's probably going to be a little bit lower because I don't. But you know, if I was ever in like a futuristic dystopian society that required me to install a fin in my head in order to have that kind of weapon, I would certainly do that over like walking around with like a plasma rifle. But yeah, so maybe there's like a little less utility, and it's like a little less of a centerpiece of the film. But it's also very unique. I think it's like one of the more unique ones on the
True.
list because it's not like just like a gun that blasts stuff. I think that when you see those scenes in the movie where that weapon is
Yeah.
being used, it certainly stands
Devastating.
out and it's more memorable than like, for instance, the Minority Report Sonic shotgun thing, which is cool and like looks really cool. But like that's not like it's not one of the scenes that you describe after you've watched Minority Report. You're like, oh, and then he pulled out the shotgun thing and it was stunned and it stunned him. Like it's a neat visual, but
Let's put it at 11. It takes a little bit of skill. That doesn't mean that just because we can't possibly use it at the moment Doesn't mean we couldn't learn how to use it and then take
Yeah.
out complete armies. Let's put it at 10. Because he's
10?
right, bro. It is unique.
Oh,
Let's put it at
okay.
10.
I don't know.
Unless
I
you
feel
want to
like
put it at 9.
if I give it another minute, Dylan's just going to keep going up. This thing's going to wind up number one
true.
soon.
It's gonna be number one.
Number one. With
It's and it's gold. Are you kidding? Oh, bro.
Oh, it's number 7.
Ah.
Well, is this better than the stun rifle? No, stun rifle. Stun gun.
We can
Sonic gun.
discuss that at the end.
Sonic.
Let's
All right.
you've already shown us a little cricket. We got to talk about that.
Okay. All right. Little cricket from Men in Black.
The noisy cricket. I'm sorry.
Noisy cricket.
Oh gosh, the noisy cricket.
Very noisy. And the
Cricket.
cricket.
Sorry.
It's hard to hold, hard to see, hard probably to shoot, and it will knock
Yeah.
us off our feet. Why was he given this noisy cricket? Is my real question. Like, hey, you're a new guy. We're gonna give you this very small, shockingly powerful thing that will knock you off
super
your feet.
powerful.
But it's easy to carry.
I don't know
we're
about
compact.
this one. I feel like this was more of a gag than like a
real actual weapon.
Like an actual weapon. Yeah, I think this would probably be my number 14.
I could go with that. That makes sense. It doesn't seem very practical. I don't know exactly when you could use it.
So he like fired in the movie and it like launched him straight backwards, right? That's the
yeah.
It was like super powerful.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Go
Yeah,
for
I
it,
could put
bro.
this low. That's fine.
14? You wouldn't put it that low, Charlie?
No, I said you can put it low. It's fine. I'm comfortable with that.
All right. Next up, we
But
have
it's cute.
It is cute. We have Chewbacca's bowcaster.
Han Solo approved right there. Han Solo approved.
Oh, man,
He
that's a cool
likes
gun.
it.
It's super cool looking. You know that it's powerful. I mean, like in episode 7, Han Solo blasted some stormtroopers and they just went flying.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like it has a lot. It's not like a machine gun or anything. But I'm not exactly sure how long in between shots that it takes. But it does have some power to it.
I don't know. Does it recharge? Can you just keep blasting like nonstop?
He's never done that.
Do we know how blasters work in the Star Wars universe? Charlie, did you look that up too?
Aren't they through kyber crystals?
No,
No
that's
kyber.
just...
It was the
Oh
through the
yeah, no, that's
metachlorians.
only lightsabers. Metachlorians. Yo, every blaster has metachlorians. People may not even have them, but blasters. We collected this bacteria that
powers our guns.
There's been certainly a lot of stuff that has been retconned since stuff the debut of these films, and certainly discussed in great detail in different fan forums and things like that. But like the wiki doesn't give like a very detailed. No one's really tried to explain, I think, how the ammo works. I don't, because it's never. No one's ever run out, to my knowledge, in a Star Wars film, right? No one's ever like tried to fire a blaster and it was like empty.
Oh, don't try and give them ideas. People are talking about now. We've got whole movies where ships are running out of gas. Oh, we can't send all of our other ships out there because they might run out of gas too. We've never discussed this in all these other 9 movies, but we'll discuss it now. This would be lower than a proton pack, but definitely higher than the Minority Report gun.
Drop it at 7?
Yeah.
Just kind of right in between?
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Charlie, what are you thinking?
Yeah, that sounds good. So this wiki says it had a magazine with like 6 to 10 explosive bolts per magazine, but then also there's like the laser fire part. So, I don't know.
So it's
the
dual.
Laser bolt?
Well, so there's like the exploding like arrow things that you would shoot, but then there's like those are like magazines, and then there's like the laser arrow that's just like the pew 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 pew.
So it was like a dual purpose.
Yeah, so you had like the and then also the pew 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 pew. These are technical Star Wars sounds.
Technical,
okay.
I love the technical.
So after that
impression of a bowcaster, you can
after
watch
that
Star
is
Wars
that
and then come back here and listen to that. Perfect.
Is that still at 7 after that?
Yeah,
edition?
I think 7's good. It's you put a Wookiee on there. I'm getting excited. I might even want it higher, but 7 for now is good.
It's
all right. Ooh baby, Ooh, baby, we have RoboCop's Auto 9 pistol. Oh,
Tell us
God.
about it, bro. Tell us about it. Straight
Oh,
from
man.
Detroit.
This thing has a 50 round mag in it, right?
50.
It's 50 rounds in this mag. It shoots in bursts of 3. Okay.
Wow.
This thing, oh man, it's huge, it's powerful. It can take different types of ammo. So you got things like the armor piercing, you got the non-lethal rounds. I mean, this thing is
non-lethal
awesome.
rounds. This thing doesn't seem even a non-lethal round seems like it would turn you to Swiss cheese.
Oh man, this thing is the coolest. This might be personally, this is probably my number 1. I don't
Charlie,
think
what are
it's
you
going to
thinking
wind
on
up at the talk punch.
When do we
Because I
break
got
it
to
him that
include
we
you
want
guys.
this at like 14? Do you want to tell him or? So, like this is a big gun, and it's definitely like a part of the iconic RoboCop aesthetic.
It is.
Now, how quickly
is it like
do
a
you
particularly
think,
like unique sci-fi design?
how quickly would we kill ourselves with this giant hand cannon here?
No way, man. I'm doing the forward swing, right into the backward swing, right down into my leg.
Oh, so you're thinking about killing yourself straight away, is what you're saying. That's exactly what would happen. You're like, hey, I'm going to spin this thing. It'll shoot you 3 times if you touch the trigger, bro. Touch the trigger. And you're like, safety? Well, RoboCop doesn't need a safety on this thing. Do you think there's a safety?
Well,
this thing would probably kill all of us. You would kill every one of us with this, with non-lethal rounds.
Oh man, but it shoots 3 rounds at a time. When he's shooting it, it's oh, come on. That is the coolest.
Charlie, could I hear the Star Wars sound effects again? Compared to the
so this is more of a rather than a pew pew or a
no, this is
we have different categories here. Bert, I want to love this one for you, but it just kind of looks like a pistol, like with like a longer nose. Look, RoboCop 3 was obviously the best RoboCop up until they rebooted it.
Clearly,
the one where his whole hand was a gun. So bad.
That was, I mean, it was like a Nintendo Power Glove, and I was here for it. It was really good.
There were ninjas.
I know that was your favorite, and then you loved the animated series, and then also the reboot.
I did as a kid.
But bro, could I convince you to put this at 8? Would you settle for 8, or is that just too low and that would hurt you on a personal level?
You think below Chewbacca? You think below the Boltcaster?
I think that if you show people the bowcaster and ask what it's from, there's going to be more people that recognize that as being from Star Wars than there are if you just show that gun out of context and say, "What's this from?" Whoa. And you could argue that Star Wars is certainly more popular than RoboCop, and sure, I concede that. But there's just like not a visual, like just the gun by itself. There's not like a sci-fi visual to it. All right, fine. 6.
It's similar to wait a minute now. Hold on. To add to what Charlie was saying, it's similar to the Terminator's plasma cannon, which is great and iconic, and it sounds cool, like RoboCop's gun. But one could argue that RoboCop is the better actual weapon. He's technically kind of a human. He's Murphy.
He's Murphy. You got to separate the gun from the movie. We're not ranking the movie here. We're just ranking the weapon.
I love this gun. When we first did this was the first sci-fi weapon that came into my mind. Was RoboCop's gun? Yes. This was yes, absolutely, 100%, 100%.
After lightsabers, really?
No.
Before lightsabers.
All right.
I don't remember.
Why don't we move Chewbacca up to 6 then, or his bolt things?
So you want to move
this at 7?
You just put it at 1, Brody. We can't stop you. You're like an evil villain over there. Like a mastermind
I can't do that.
Plot.
No.
Put it at 1.
No. We're a team. We are a team. No, we're agreeing on this. Doggone it.
Where do you want it? Tell us realistically where you want to put this.
How about we move Chewie to 6, or we move the bowcaster to 6?
Okay.
And RoboCop at 7. Right.
All right. For now, that's acceptable.
Breaks my heart. I knew you guys weren't going to let me put it at 1, though. I've already been dealing with
you're
this.
Right.
I've already been dealing with this internally.
You've talked to your therapist?
That's confidential. All right, next up we have the Tron disc.
Now, what exactly can this not do, by the way?
Yeah, you can like put data on it.
Yeah,
It's
you can
great.
put memories on it.
And you throw it and it just bounces until it comes back to you.
Can it actually stick into somebody? Can you like throw it and it like stabs them, or it bounces off them, hurting them or something?
Well, but
weapon.
here's the thing though, is that whenever this hits somebody, they're inside the video game. They're in the grid. They're inside the grid. And so they get hit by it and they just like delete, right? So we don't know like what happens if a normal person gets hit by this.
It's not good. I would imagine like a laser disc. No, wow, okay. Not a, that's where the original term for laser discs came from. But
That's true.
a lethal disc of laser tossed at you. I would argue that the best Tron weapon though that lit my imagination on fire as a kid was the motorcycles with like the laser beams behind them.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I used
But
to
we're
love
not going
playing that
over vehicles.
arcade game.
Right.
Vehicles can be the next ranking. This one's
okay.
just
We got to have Robotech in there.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. But yeah, I like this one because it's kind of unique and cool. But if you told me 11, I'd say okay.
I agree. 11 would be.
Oh,
fine
really?
with
I was actually
because
8.
Eight's fine
it's
too.
really
I don't
good at
remember
collecting data and memories, but as a weapon, I mean, it might bounce off of somebody. It may miss them.
So you guys think that the Tron disc would be below the Yaka arrow?
Yeah, because you know what? If you really knew how to use that thing, it could take out like an army. We've seen it take out armies. Can that?
True.
I've never seen that disc take out an army.
That's true. All right. We can put it at 11. My
It should
kids are
be
gonna
grateful they got to.
No, I
they seen
think
Tron?
I think we're probably going to be moving some things around here because I just remembered that one of the ones that we haven't done yet.
Yeah, Tron Legacy is one of my kids' favorite movies. Like
Really?
all of them. Oh, they watch it every time they get a babysitter. They want to show the new babysitter Tron Legacy. They love it. Also,
I'm a little
amazing
hurt,
soundtrack.
Brody, that last time I was there, your kids did not want to show me Tron Legacy, so I'm a little hurt by that.
Sorry.
Will you
We're
tell them that
babysitting.
they tell your kids they made me cry?
You weren't babysitting.
Tell them I cried, Brody. Tell them I cried.
All right. You come up here, Charlie. Babysit my kids, and they'll show you Tron Legacy. How about that?
Oh, I gotta come there to baby. Okay, well, why don't you bring your kids down here and I'll babysit. All right. So number 1, we putting moving things up. Where do you guys want Iron Man to fit?
Okay, Iron Man's repulsor beam.
Do we need to count his whole suit because we counted the whole exosuit, or are we kind of just focusing on the one weapon because to not make it too OP?
We're just focusing on the repulsor beam.
Okay.
Now you could fly with these things. You could make an object like they started using repulsor technology for their helicarriers. You could fly with it. You could blast people with it.
Yeah, that's true. This is pretty powerful.
Fits in the palm of your hand.
I mean, he was pushing cars around just by going like that. He was going like that, and cars just moving.
Now, I don't know if I would make this number 1, but this would be up there because it's pretty. I mean, it fits. Like I said, it's in the palm of your hands.
Yeah, it is pretty nice.
And it works just like your thoughts or something. Like I don't know. Like it's not like he's sitting there being like fire, fire, fire. He's just. Like,
I thought it was
shooting.
like maybe I mean, I'm sure that the later models were thought based because it was all nanotech, but I always thought that like the first ones, it was like a wrist thing. Like maybe
like Spider-Man's whole thing.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Yeah, kind of like get to like the right angle or something like that.
And they really sci-fi'd it up by creating just like repulsar technology.
Yeah.
Because like he could just shoot people with like this. What is it? Flame? Is it electricity? Is it a fire? Because people.
Is it laser?
It's not incinerating or disintegrating, and people are like, ouch, and flying back and stuff. So it's like a. It's got some sci-fi to it.
Where are you guys thinking for this then?
Oh man, this is too hard of a list. You put too many good ones on. I don't know what to do.
Good. I'm going to say this. I'm going to throw this out. I'm going to say we should move up Proton Pack. We should move the Proton Pack, Chewie, and the RoboCop to 8 and put this at 7, 6, 5. Put this at 5. May not be quite as good as the suit, as the exoskeleton suit. You don't have to actually do it. I mean, I was just throwing it out there.
So you're thinking here like that.
That's what I was thinking. Now, it could go even higher for me because of its versatility and its potential for power. I mean, this thing could lift a helicarrier. Those things they're not small.
This is a good one.
It is a good one.
Should we move it up higher? Are you thinking more than higher, like in the top?
This
4?
might even be like. So Charlie said the phaser pistol at number 1. What if we did phaser pistol at number 1 and repulsor beam at number 2?
I could see it. That makes sense to me. Makes sense. Okay. I didn't think you guys would go for it that high. Nice.
But like, it's so versatile and it can do like so much, and it's so powerful. Like, it's got a lot of power behind it.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the last one. The last one is the M41A pulse rifle from Aliens. Now, this gun is really cool. I love the design of this gun. And this thing was able to take out the xenomorphs.
Right. This thing had a flamethrower. This thing had machine gun. And it was just cool.
But could it hurt a human, Brody? Since you only want to hurt humans, Mr. It's not enough that it's super powerful against Sumerian gods.
I mean,
to kill a human to get on Brody's list.
Here's my thoughts. Here's my thoughts, and you guys can do what you want after my thoughts.
Oh, we can do what we want, and we have the control.
This thing does one shot at a time, as opposed to RoboCop's, which is going to do 3. So this, I would move the proton pack, the bowcaster, and RoboCop, shift them up, and then this would go in between RoboCop and the sonic gun.
I'm surprised we haven't moved the sonic gun down a bit, seeing as we have never seen it actually kill anybody.
It's true.
I'm good with moving the sonic gun down, and I'm good.
Okay. How far? How far down?
It's the only like non-lethal weapon on here, except for the disc from Tron.
Should the sonic gun be number 11?
Yeah,
that works. Brody, why don't we put Ghostbusters 5 and let's put RoboCop 6 just for you. I'm still feeling bad.
Okay.
No hesitation. I like it. You don't have to tell me twice.
Okay, and so the sonic gun is moving down to 11. Okay, so where is everything else moving? I'm okay with the noisy cricket staying at 12.
The 14, you mean?
Yes, I'm sorry, 14.
Okay, I wouldn't mind pairing the. Why don't we move Yondo to 8 and then Tron to 9, and then just start moving things up. We have 2 things in motion, right? Because the pulse rifle, are we just putting that? I think maybe that belongs next to the Terminator. Right? We put that next to the endoplasma rifle and
maybe
the
that's
pulse
true.
rifle. Like if we're downgrading one, I kind of like those kind of belong in the same tier for me.
Okay.
So maybe
do
you want to tell me it's 11? That's fine too.
Is the ZF-1 above the pulse rifles?
Why don't we move all of them up and why don't we put the Sonic down at 13?
Yeah, that's what I was. Didn't I say that?
Okay. I don't know what you said, bro.
I don't know what you said either.
I don't know. No one knows what I said.
I was too busy picturing the sound of a pulse rifle.
Okay, now here's the question. Do we put the M41A Aliens rifle above the endoplasma rifle?
Well,
Yes.
let me put it to you this way. Yeah, I agree. I mean, there we go. That's the quick answer. Yes.
Put it your way, Dylan. Give him your way.
I was gonna say there's so much more. You see Ripley putting it together, like with the flamethrower. It was really kind of it was integral to the plot. Whereas the plasma rifle, while very cool, it was still the Terminator's just kind of terminating, walking around terminating. We don't really have any big moments with those guns. We definitely do with the aliens.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How are we feeling about this now? Does anything else need to move?
Do
Pretty
we
good.
want to? Do we need to swap the exosuit and the ghost and the proton pack, or are we good with it like this?
Ooh. I could be okay with that, I suppose.
I could be okay with it too.
Well, look, I like it
I
like
mean,
this, but I'm willing to admit that Ghostbusters proton pack is way more iconic. And
Yeah,
it is
yeah, I
more
mean, that's
iconic.
true.
It
It's
is more
iconic.
unique. As far as
It-
weapons go, the exosuit does have just machine guns that are not as iconic. Do we then want to put RoboCop over the exosuit?
No, no, no. Nobody said
I-
that.
I had to
Nobody
try.
said that.
I had to try.
Over the exoskeleton.
Hey, if we're talking about iconic, we're talking about you just put the proton pack over the exosuit because it was more iconic. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. I'm just saying. I have to try.
Everybody knows RoboCop for his gun.
Three
All right, I like
shots. 3 shots, remember.
All right, read it off, bro. This is good.
All right.
Yeah, lock it
okay.
in.
Now, okay. Bear with me. I'm going to try to get all of these names correctly and the numbers because I can no longer see the numbers.
You got it, bro. 14.
Okay. At number 14, we have the noisy cricket from Men in Black. At number 13, we have the sonic gun from Minority Report.
Yeah.
At number 12, we have the endoplasma rifle from Terminator. At number 11, we have the M41A pulse rifle from Aliens. At number
Nice.
10, we have the Zorg ZF1 from Fifth Element.
Yeah.
At number 9, we have the Tron disc from Tron or Tron Legacy. At
It'll
number
delete you.
8, we have huh?
Keep going. Keep going. I just
Oh.
said it'll delete you.
Oh. At number 8, we have the Yaka arrow from Guardians of the Galaxy. At number
Very cool.
7, we have the bowcaster with Chewbacca from Star Wars. At number 7, sadly, we have RoboCop's Auto
this is
9.
This is 6.
6. I'm sorry. At number 6, we have RoboCop's Auto 9 gun. At number 5, we have the Battle Exosuit from Live, Die, Repeat or Edge of Tomorrow.
Very
That's so
cool.
confusing. It's I wish they did.
Just call it Edge of Tomorrow. That's what it's called now.
Just call it
Edge of Tomorrow.
Okay, Edge of Tomorrow. Edge of Tomorrow. Okay.
Good one.
At number 4, we have the proton pack from Ghostbusters. At number 3, we have the shoulder plasma caster from Predator. Number
Yeah.
2, we have the repulsor beam from Iron Man. And at number
Mhm.
1, we have the phaser pistol from Star Trek.
Classic.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, this is a good list. This was fun. This was difficult. This might have been the most difficult rankings that we've done.
We've shuffled a bit. We shuffled.
Yeah, this one was tough. There was no like clear, well, besides maybe the noisy cricket. There was no clear like bottom of the barrel one, you know.
Yeah.
It's all good. They're all good.
Very good. Very good.
All right. You guys have anything else to add to this? All right.
Oh, this is good.
Charlie, go ahead and wrap us up.
Well, we hope you had a good time. We know we had some fun with these. Let us know in the comments if you want to rank them all. Rank them all. If you want to do a top three, that'd be great. You want to do just one? Tell us your favorite. You can love on Brody. Tell him how great RoboCop is. Make him feel better about that part number 6 ranking. And he doesn't have the heart of a robot. He has the heart of a poet. So lift him up. And we'll see you next time. Set your phasers to like and subscribe.
I like that.